out the weak from who you've been. Can you win this war you're in? Is your point laborious, or will you rise victorious? So take it or break it. Take it or break it. Take it or break it. Earn your throne.
Hey there, welcome to Take It or Break It, the Sports Takes game show, your dreams, your nightmares. I'm your host, Corbin Smith. With me today are two guests. The first, you know what, Julian, are you up to anything right now?
No. I mean, like, I'm at work.
Yeah, like,
no,
yeah.
Like, no, I don't, there's nothing to plug.
No, Julian's like, Julian, you're Joe House.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's,
That's
anyway.
fine,
Yeah. Take It or Break It's Joe House, Julian Rodriguez. Julian, how's it going?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm good. Well, the other person isn't allowed to talk until I introduce them.
That's right.
But
That's
I'm
right.
good.
That's right.
I'm wonderful. I've been watching Shall We Dance most of the morning. It's a Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers movie. There's a part, Julian, where they sing, you know, the you say tomato, I say tomato, let's call the whole thing off. You know that song?
Yeah.
Well, there's a part where they sing that song, and then they dance on roller skates, and that's a lot of fun. You know, movies used to be about fun, and now they're about Iron Man.
That's true.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good movie.
Oh, it's been wonderful. I still have 20 minutes left. We're at the point where clearly they're in love with each other, but there's just all kinds of little artificial romantic comedy things getting in the way, you know?
And, like a roller skate break or something?
Well, no, it's so complicated. It's so it really is very complicated. At the beginning, he was telling somebody that he was with her, and then they're to get rid of this one lady, and now the one lady's at the apartment, and she's in the apartment, and Ginger's like, what's going on? But she's not like, what's going on? Because they got married so that they could get divorced, so that they could tell the public they're not married anymore. It's very complicated, Julian. I know. And our second guest is a comedian, and I every time Josh is on, I say he's a contributor at Means TV. I don't even know if he's doing that right now. It's Josh Androsky. Andro, what's happening?
Hey, what's up? I like Means TV, and I have contributed some stuff in the past to them, so I guess that's right. I mean, they're popular, they're hip, they're edgy.
Yeah, everyone loves it.
They're like Vice, but instead of selling leather jackets to people who have OD'd on Molly before, they sell socialism to people whose family members who have OD'd on fentanyl.
It's really unnerving that you sat here and try to act like you've never OD'd on Molly, Josh. Come on, dude. I've met you. I
mean, look, I've been very lucky. I ended up getting prescribed antidepressants before, and so that made me stop taking Molly. So
Wait, why? Are you not allowed to mix them?
No.
Oh, I didn't know
the
that.
Specific antidepressant that I'm on, if there's a 10% chance probably, but that's enough of a chance that all of my endorphins or whatever will fire, and then I'll just die from not being able to feel feelings. And that sounds like the worst death ever. You
don't even get the DMT blast at the end.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You very specifically get nothing. It's like, hey, would you like to be buried inside of a warehouse? Cool. All right, you don't get to feel yourself die. It just feels cold and empty. And that's the opposite of Molly.
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped taking Molly, and that's what I've been up to.
I was on vacation with some friends recently, and one friend of mine was like, we're gonna, me and some friends of mine were talking about taking DMT and going to a concert, and I was like, oh, DMT, that's the death chemical. And then he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's DMT, it's the thing in your brain when you die, it gets released to make you accept death. And we started talking about how, like, if you take DMT before you die, when you go to die and you feel the DMT, you're going to be like, oh, fuck! Oh, no! I know what this is! You know?
The problem with that, though, is that, like, when you take DMT, you don't go like, oh, no. You're like, I've smoked DMT, and you basically feel that one part in the that one Beatles song, I read the news today, oh boy, that one, where it's
a day in the life, yeah.
Day in the life, yeah. The cacophony of music, like that.
So is that really is that like the only piece of atonal orchestration you can pull off the top of your head?
It's the one that,
like,
most
you couldn't
people
go
have heard.
any of the bazillions of Schoenberg pieces.
Corbin, I like to meet people where they are.
Okay, all right.
And so it's
I like
the
to
number
meet
one
people
vote.
somewhere better than where they are.
Yeah, baby, Malibu.
Yeah.
Meet me in Malibu. No, but for real, like, when you do DMT, like, you basically are confronted by a voice. Like, this is everybody that's done it. It has some sort of similar feeling to this, where either an alien or an angel or a voice in your head that isn't you, which was how I experienced it. It just starts, like, going like, come here, follow this. And so, like, people have literally said that they're, like, taken to, like, a space castle, and they put their hand on the doorknob, and then they wake up. And, like,
damn.
Yeah.
Oh, because the space castle, that's death, right?
It's exactly. So for me, like, I didn't get the space castle because I coughed up my hit and ended up trying to take another hit.
Nerd.
Right, I know. So your first time smoking DMT before? Yes, the answer was yes. And so what happened was, there was this voice in my head that wasn't me that was like, is this it? And I was like, is what it? And they were like, is this what happens when you die? And I said to the voice in my head, and granted, on the outside, I just was sitting, right? Like, my friends were watching me. I asked them. None of this happened.
They were taking pictures of you.
Right. Yeah, they put my hand in a bowl of warm water. They put shaving cream on my hand, and then put a feather on my nose, and then I put no. But, like, the voice was like, "Is this what happens when you die?" And then I was like, "Am I dead?" And then the voice was like, "Would that be a bad thing?"
Oh, damn.
And then. So I wouldn't be able to have, like, a conscious reaction of, like, oh, this is just the DMT again. I'd be too busy going, like, what?
Wow.
What I'm trying to say is that everybody should do DMT. It fucking rocks.
Julian, you ever do DMT?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about if I had. I was thinking about, like, because it's like Joe Rogan. It's like his thing. Is he like
friend of the program, Joe Rogan? Please.
Has he co-opted DMT? Because I feel like most people probably like, he's like the DMT man now, right?
Yeah. UFC, DMT. He's all about
all the
like, three-letter.
Yeah.
And samurai swords and shit. But I was thinking about, like, what if the voice was Jordan Peterson at the end, telling you to go ahead, open it up. Like, you're just like a little weird voice.
It's maybe it's just time to accept this. You're going to become one with the earth.
Isn't it beautiful? You are nothing but a plate of beef, and you will be eaten by time.
I can't remember. When Jordan Peterson only eats beef, does he put salt on it or not? I can't remember.
Yes, he said salt. Yeah, salt. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it? Just salted beef?
I believe so.
Yeah,
That's just like, well done, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
He just
you'd
said-
have to. I mean,
he
you'd
makes
have to ask
He makes it
JP.
sound like he can't put anything good on it. Like he makes it sound he's not endorsing it as far as enjoyment is concerned.
This is my prison.
Yeah, exactly.
I am finally one with the beef.
That's what his DMT rush is going to be.
Joe, are you there? Joe Rogan, are you there? I'm finally one with beef. Moo.
Oh man.
Well, anyway, it's a sports podcast, and it's time to get to the gristle. But first, we have to spell out the rules. Take or to break it is a game. where we
Gristle.
discuss- Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Thank you.
1 sec. Let me get out my score tape. We were supposed to. Sorry, the episode was a little late this week. Somebody kept
Has a job.
delaying when we were doing the thing. Well, somebody else has a job on this, and he was fine. So
Well, one of the people hasn't had a job in 2 years and is just getting used to what it's like.
what are you doing?
I am working on a wonderful city council campaign. If you live in the Los Angeles area, you should look up the candidate Nithya Raman go to nithyaforthecity.com, NITHYAFOR, thecity.com. She's going to end homelessness and make a Green New Deal by 2030 so that we can inherit a fair, clean, livable city and not fucking die and be bummed all the time.
She gonna stop the Olympics?
So she's definitely going to make sure that we spend all of the money that most cities spend on the Olympics on stopping the homelessness crisis. And hey, if we can fucking throw some horse dancing in there in a way that doesn't destroy our city, I'm all for it personally.
First off, we don't like to hear people talk about Ralph Vaca. Is that his name?
Who?
Remember Mitt Romney owned a dressage horse?
Oh yeah.
Ralph Vaca or something along those lines?
Ben Chunch is the only horse name I remember.
Mitt Romney dressage horse.
What was the horse's name?
Ralph Vaca. Ralph Falca.
Ravalka.
Ralph Falca is a dressage horse co-owned by Anne Romney that performed in equestrian competition at the 2010 Summer Olympics with rider and co-owner trainer Jan Ebling. Ralph Vaca is a bay mare with a milk chocolate coat, raven tail, and white socks above 3 of her hooves. She is an Oldenburg, a warm blood horse breed. What? From the northwestern corner of Lower Saxony. She was born in Menslage in Germany in 1995 and bred by some fucking guy. Her sire was Argentinius, a Hanoverian jumping stallion.
Look, dude, don't fucking talk to me about a horse on this podcast when the last time you talked to me about a horse on this podcast was Dan motherfucking Patch.
That's fair. I always talk about horses when you're on this show. I don't know what to do. The show just becomes baby geniuses when Androsky's on.
I mean, for real though, is this horse you're describing? Has Kelly Dwyer gone to a bar and talked to a man about this horse's grave? No. So I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, not bad take is worth 1 or 2 points. An actually good take is worth 3 points. A scorching hot take is worth 5 points, but beware, a garbage take will be worth -3 points. Are we all understood?
Yeah, got it.
All right. Question 1. The NFL, they play football. They started playing this week. I wasn't really watching because me and a lovely lass were going on a boat ride in a stream. She twirled a parasol while I read her poetry. So tell me, anything interesting happen in these NFL games? Let's start with Julien.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think, there's the thing that's got me juiced for this season. When I haven't been the last couple of years, is that there's the trickle up of college offenses and actual fun looking shit and cool ideas is starting to catch on a little bit more. So like you had like Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson, but then like none of them, these both very mobile, dynamic quarterbacks, and even Dak Prescott, another one. But nobody, like none of them ran for any yards, which was kind of weird. They all just like threw from the pocket, and I thought that was kind of interesting. But I guess it's just kind of like week one, no running quarterback or team with a running quarterback wants to come out and like admit that their quarterback can't really throw that well, or allegedly, they want to kind of dispel that. So that was pretty cool. Who else? The Patriots got Antonio Brown, and then now he's being accused of rape.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a downer and not great. But yeah, not really. I mean, I guess just good football was played for the most part after a stinker of an opening game. Mm-hmm. But as far as like interesting, yeah, just the trend stuff, just teams seeming to embrace modern offense more and more, which is a good sign.
Just as an entertainment prospect.
Yeah, well, just as an entertainment prospect, and also just like as a thinker, as someone who likes to like think about how things can be better, like as a sports fan, like it's more, like football is a sport that's like held on to like old shit more than any other sport, and like there's been very little like analytics is like very like crude, not much to it. Analytical advancements have been made, but like it's just kind of been stuck in the mud, and it's nice to see teams just be like, oh no, we can do this different shit that works better, that's been like proven to work better. So we're starting to see that, and that's encouraging. I don't think they're gonna, I don't think we're gonna get to the point like baseball is, where every team adopts it anytime soon, but at least we're seeing more movement than I thought we would 2 years ago.
Julien, 3-point take. Lovely.
All right.
Sincere. I loved it. Everyone comes on this fucking show. They just act like a goddamn joker all the time. They act like the goddamn joker.
Hey, guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why so serious?
Ugh, boo. Ugh. All right, Androsky. What do you think? What happened?
Look, I think that we had an incredibly interesting week of, like Julien mentioned, seeing actual like the fucking Cowboys, man. Like Deadspin had a great article about this. The fucking Cowboys have a fun offense now, which is nuts because exactly as Deadspin pointed out, they're on more than like any team in a game that you're just forced to watch. And like, if they're going to pick up on this shit, then that means football is going to be like way more fun. But that's not what was the most interesting thing to me this weekend. The most interesting thing to me this weekend was that we got to watch the Pittsburgh motherfucking Steelers decide to choose culture warrior, bullshit politics, like Trump-loving assholes over everything that Julien just described. And usually with the NFL, there's this magical thing where when you make the exact worst decision, it's usually paid off. But miraculously, the team that ignored all of this offensive innovation, that literally chose their aging sex crime Shrek quarterback over the two most dynamic skill position players, arguably of a generation. And what did they get for it? They were embarrassed, quite possibly worse than any other team in the NFL. And I'm including the Dolphins, because the Dolphins are also bringing a very interesting thing to the NFL, which is full-blown NBA-style tanking. Mm-hmm. So, like,
oh, wonderful.
Every team that has been that played like absolute shit this weekend, like, had some sort of reason for doing so that had something to do with the future, whether testing out a new quarterback or a new coach or a new system or something like that. The Steelers ran it back. The same thing that had been so successful for the last fucking decade, and was like, you know what? But what if we did this without anyone talented. And they were fucking embarrassed by it. And I loved every second.
3-point take, Josh. Who are these skill players on the Steelers exactly?
Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, yeah, of course. Antonio Brown.
Right, but when they made their decision on Antonio Brown, he had not gone through this offseason. He hadn't had the weird injury or the weird helmet stuff that, by the way, there is a very good argument that was all to get him off of a horrible team with no future and onto the Patriots anyway.
God, that. No, that I was trying not to talk about Brown, which is maybe not how to deal with that. It's just fucking depressing. Is all. I mean, like,
Yeah, there's nothing you can say about it other than it fucking sucks and it's shitty, and I hope that he is punished more than the quarterback that the entire team and city of Pittsburgh chose over multiple players.
Yeah. All right, question 2, I guess. Or no, I was looking at my Trivial Pursuit card there. All right, question 2. Jets quarterback Sam Darnold is out for a week. Maybe, probably longer. Because he contracted mono somehow. Presumably either because he was recreationally inhaling sneezes at the theme park. Or because he was doing a little kissing. My question for you, gentlemen, and also Androsky, is this. You think Sam Darnold is okay with this trade-off? Was the kissing he did that good, that excellent, that he is sitting out and thinking, totally worth it? Androsky.
Okay. I'm going to answer your question, but I don't know if I'm going to answer it the way in which you think.
Okay. Go right ahead, please.
So I'm going to say that it was worth it, but not for the kisses.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, he's the quarterback of the New York Football Jets. As Bobby Silverman would say, he's a Jetropolitan.
Mm-hmm.
He has no lack of kissing opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But what he does lack is an opportunity to allow his current mystique of guy who might be pretty fucking good and the only quarterback to be exciting in New York since the guy who did the butt fumble 10 years ago. If he goes out there and loses a pretty predictable loss to the Browns, who are pissed off and ready to make some shit happen, then he's fucked. And now when they go out and lose to the Browns, like they probably were going to do anyway next week, he doesn't get any of the blame. So he has a worse coach than the Browns coach. He has arguably worse talent than the Browns starting quarterback. And now he still gets to have the mystique and a bunch of people rooting for him and going, it's not your fault. And to be the quarterback of the New York Jets and have everybody, fan and media, invested in both going let's protect this child, that's a win. And if you got to kiss or inhale some sneezes to get there, then baby, lick that fucking subway turnstile. Get it.
I just looked up the Browns coach.
Frederick Kitchens?
Yeah. His name is Freddie Kitchens.
Yeah. You know, Joey Bathrooms.
Donnie living room. I can't think of any other rooms.
Hey, we got fucking Timmy Salon.
Rick Powder room over here, baby.
Oh, Joey fainting couch.
Oh, you better look out. That's Dave Bedroom.
Dude, Dave Bedroom sounds like a guy that'll give you a good price on a jet ski and show you how to fucking ride it.
Oh, I was thinking Dave Bedroom. I was just thinking Dave Bedroom sounds like a guy who fucks his brains out.
Yeah, well, on a jet ski is what I was implying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fair. How would you have sex on a jet ski? Either of you guys ever do that?
No.
No, it's the person who's driving, right?
Mhm.
Is
getting
facing
boned.
is facing
Mhm.
the other person who's facing backwards.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That tracks.
And so every time that you move your pelvis forward, you rev the engine. Not that I've done it before, but that's what you would do.
You would be revving the engine a lot, though, wouldn't you? I mean, unless you're doing tantric sex on a jet ski.
No, what's the point?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I mean, surely
yeah,
people have died trying to do that.
Yeah. Trying to fuck on a jet ski?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jet
dude,
skis are incredibly dangerous.
I mean, that's what spring break's all about. Trying to die on a jet ski.
Let's see. 2 people are dead on a jet ski. 2 jet skiers killed on South River haven't been identified. Not seeing anything about sex in this.
Well, they're not going to put that part in there. If there's
Yep.
2, it's probably what happened.
Probably. I mean, if
pretty
that has
confident.
happened to you, like you wouldn't want the police to tell everybody like they died fucking on the jet ski.
Cosmopolitan, tip number 4. Have sex on a jet ski.
Anyway, 2 points, Josh. Julien, was it worth it?
I think, no, it wasn't. Sam Darnold is like, you know when you see people post those clips of like a cop and the cop can do the Dougie or something?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of Sam, like when they talk about him being like mobile,
Uh-huh.
or like an athletic and fun quarterback. That's kind of what they're talking about. Like that's kind of that thing because he looks like a fucking like if they made like a little Lego man of a CHP officer. That's what Sam Darnold looks like. His head, like he's like he's like the try hard who's like cool enough. That's like his whole shit. So like yeah, I don't think like everybody kind of likes him, but he's too much of a try hard to like invite to beers. Like that's kind of what
wow.
the vibe I get from him.
Is that why
So,
people
like-
aren't inviting me to beers?
That's because you don't drive, Corbin.
Wow, that's hurtful.
It's okay. I'm sorry. No,
fine.
you're not. I wouldn't call you a tryhard either, though.
That's true. I definitely wouldn't.
So that's but yeah. I think Sam. He's super sad that he's like he looks at it like, like I'm letting my teammates down. When it's like yeah, but they still get their check, dude. They're not that upset. Like it's not like he kind of has that like. I think Sam thinks this week 2 game against the Browns is a much bigger deal, like in the macro real life sense than what it actually is. So I'm gonna say no. That the CHP Lego man head Sam Darnold it wasn't worth it. The kissing.
3 points. Do you think he enjoys kissing though?
It's probably his favorite thing to
wow.
do.
Wow.
Actually, like as far as sex is concerned.
Oh,
As far
wow.
as
Damn.
he likes football better, to be clear.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He likes not letting down his brothers in football arms down much more than fucking.
How
Like,
often do you
considerably more
think
than
football
fucking.
players are playing football in practice
Most of-
or on the field? And after like a big hit, they go, "Oh yeah, it's better than sex, baby."
Not many, because like football, it still exists. I think, in part because like as a teenager, you think that's like the most that's going to expedite you to sex.
Mm-hmm.
So no, Sam is the exception to the rule. I think.
Look, if you're out there and you've had sex because of football, hit us up at TLBpod on Twitter. I want to hear your story.
Especially if it was on a jet ski.
Especially if it was on a jet ski. Question 3. I had a smoothie, not yesterday. Yesterday when I wrote this. Now it was 2 days ago, I think. Please construct your ideal smoothie, Julian Rodriguez.
My ideal smoothie definitely has peanut butter in it.
Mm-hmm.
Peanut butter, almond milk. And I'm a big for me it's in season stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In season fruits. I'm not a fruit ideologue. Like I can do different stuff. To me, what matters more is like
Mm-hmm.
is is it to my liking as far as ripeness is concerned. So, like, I would put probably some whatever season peaches. Peaches are not in season right now, are they?
I think they're sliding out of season.
I think they're sliding out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't be good. I actually prefer peaches out of season because I like them like hard.
Mm-hmm.
But in a smoothie, I want it very soft. But whatever's peanut butter, banana, frozen blueberries, so I don't have to put ice in it,
Mm-hmm.
so to keep it nice and cool,
Mm-hmm.
and just whatever I got in the fridge. But those are the staples: the banana, the frozen blueberry, and the peanut butter.
First off, love to hear a farm to table approach. Julien, that's a 4-point smoothie take. Josh Androsky.
Thank you.
This is fucked because Julian just described the smoothie that my wonderful girlfriend often makes for me in the morning. It's like a frozen wild berries instead of ice cubes, banana. We do almond butter or peanut butter and almond milk. And then we throw some fucking kale or whatever, like vitamin-rich shit that we don't get enough of in there because guess what, baby? It just tastes like fucking smoothie. So that sucks. That I can't answer the one that I'll
sure,
answer.
You can't.
So
you cannot do that.
I can't say the same fucking thing.
No, yeah, you gotta haul this fucker down the field, buddy.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna throw a fucking Hail Mary, and I'm gonna say to you that I once lived 2 blocks away from a Jamba Juice, and I found out something that I never would have expected before, which is that you know what's really fucking good as a smoothie and blows my mind? And it's a seasonal thing. You can't have it when it's fucking hot out or else it's terrible. But when that winter/fall turn happens and that air is crisp, pumpkin pie smoothie. You just suck down a fucking pumpkin pie in smoothie form, like the filling of the pumpkin pie with cinnamon and the fucking harvest season veggie that is or fruit really because it's got seeds that is or gourd technically that is a pumpkin. And baby, you are the scarecrow and you are skipping down that yellow brick road on the way.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Flavor Town.
Okay. Wow, Josh. Okay. Interesting take. I mean, I believe you. Is it cold?
Yeah, it's fucking cold.
I think cold you could have it now. It's really hot today. I don't know. You're probably right.
Yeah, it's too hot. But
well, in Los Angeles, up here, it's miserable.
Yeah. Up there, it's actually September. Here, our summer shifted so that June is now no longer part of summer.
Wow. Josh, I just admire the boldness. So I'm going to have to give you 4. I mean, Julien, you admitted it yourself. Like, that's a perfect smoothie.
It's good.
Yeah. But that was still, I mean, I admired the chutzpah of saying the pumpkin spice smoothie.
Thank you.
Josh, he clearly cares more about smoothies.
Yeah.
I wanted it more, and
he did.
But Julien still won.
That's extremely football of him.
Yeah, like talent always like Julian's Brady, and you're the Seahawks that one year.
I will say though that this isn't an absolute testament to me wanting it more. Is as I was describing the smoothie, and you guys were like, "Yeah, that sounds great." I could hear my girlfriend from the other room go, "Gross," because she hates that pumpkin pie smoothie, and even the very idea of it makes her like further away from me.
Wow. So you might have sacrificed, some part of your not marital, but
I mean, very intimate relationship.
Yeah, you guys like live together.
Yeah, we live together. We're in love. We're talking long-term plans, and my commitment to smoothie excellence is not going.
And you still lost. Like you gave up a chunk of your soul, and Julien still fucking beat you.
Yeah, but that's the point of football.
Yeah,
you come back to the grind every day, dude. Just that fucking Fox robot, right? He's there. He's warming up in every commercial break. He's thinking, "This is the day I'm going to get in the game." He never gets
in the fucking game.
He never, but you know what? Does that stop him from getting loose and keeping warm just in case they tap him and say, hey, you know what? We got a 40-foot fucking robot. Maybe he can score a touchdown.
Andrew Luck would have looked at this question and he would have been like, I agree with Julien, and I would have given him 1 point.
Right?
The robot doesn't ever get to play because football coaches are like anti-advancement
Exactly.
and forward thinking.
Yeah. Actually, it's
That robot would clearly be good.
yeah, he's a robot. It's actually even more fucked up than that. The robot's Jewish, and they don't think that the Semites can perform on the field.
It's the same thing they're doing to Josh Rosen.
Except
Yep.
you're goddamn right. Or I don't know. I couldn't think of anybody else.
As a kid, as a Jew from LA, I actually went to Hebrew school with both that robot and Josh Rosen.
Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Did you really go to Hebrew school with Josh Rosen? No, it doesn't make sense. You're older than him.
No, only the robot.
Only the robot. Okay. Hava Nagila Hava. We're having fun.
Nagila.
Hava. That's the second Hava Nagila joke I've made. Somebody
Turn left at Hava.
Somebody on Twitter. Nobody. It was Seth, I think. Anyway, a writer guy. I'll remember his name someday. He tweeted about how Jaws was Jewish, and I tweeted Hava, 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 Nagila, ha, ha, ha. I thought that was pretty fun.
That is fun. Did you do it via text or did you like record a voice message?
No, I did. I did it via text, but I just recorded it as a voice message. So
good. You should isolate this clip and send that to him.
Nah,
that's too much work.
Too much work.
I realized it as I was saying it.
Come on. It was almost too much work for you to say it. Like, I got tired listening to you suggest I do it. Next. So, hey, Kobe Bryant. This fucking guy, am I right, fellas?
Oof.
Had his girls' AAU team pose for a photo where they were all frowning over their fourth place, which, hilarious. Way to go. What a coach Kobe is. Finish in a tournament. And the text below that, he roasted a teen girl for skipping the game in favor of a dance recital. So tell me, do you think that Kobe's a good youth basketball coach or nah? Androsky, you first.
Oh boy. So here's the thing. The answer is no, but also yes. Mm-hmm. The answer is no because Kobe Bryant should not be allowed within 500 feet of a girls' basketball team for obvious reasons that don't need to be mentioned, like the fact that he is paid money to get off of a rape charge. Mm-hmm. The thing is, though, is that if these girls want to actually make it in the psychopath enabling and rewarding field of professional athletics, then yeah, right? Like, they're gonna need to be insane in order to be like the type of superstar athlete that Kobe Bryant was. So for the reasons that are like, why is Brian Wilson a genius? You know what I mean? Like, that is one way to get somebody to become a genius in their field, is through, like we've seen with, Serena Williams and Tiger Woods, like having that paternal figure just be a fucking lunatic. It's not the only way. In fact, there are probably way better ways to get there for your soul. But if you want to be a professional athlete, then yeah, being shamed for going to a dance recital is the very beginning of having a coach at a fucking combine ask you if you would put yourself in line for a school shooter, even if you had a crush on the school shooter for some reason at the combine. Like the insane questions that you get at the combine.
Sorry, what?
Like, I just tried to think of like the most insane combine question. I could think of.
Which is, would you take a bullet from a school shooter even if you had a crush on the shooter?
That's one that
doesn't seem up to the person. That doesn't seem up to the person getting shot. It seems more up to the shooter.
I mean, look.
You know?
Would you put yourself in it? I mean,
Would I sacrifice my life to stop an active shooter situation, even if I had a crush on the shooter? Is that the fake joke?
There we go.
Yes, that is.
Why? Okay, I just gotta say, the second I saw somebody doing active shooting, I think that my crush would probably dissipate, right?
I don't know.
Okay, you both have domestic partners.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for confirming, Julian.
Yeah.
If your domestic partner, who you love, Julian has children with his domestic partner, even, started doing active shooter shit at the mall when you guys were there for date night, like...
Yeah, I'd be exploring my options. For sure.
But, like, in that, like, how long would it take you to be like, oh, I'm not sure I love this person anymore, you know?
I think it'd be instant.
Instant? Okay.
Pretty quick. Yeah, I don't think... The teenagers are stupid, so... I mean...
Okay, but the point of this is...
Okay, Androsky, what about you?
The point of this...
No. Shut the fuck
Don't
up.
dodge the question, Josh.
Answer the fucking question.
It depends on who she's shooting.
Wow. Okay. Just people at the fucking mall, dude.
If it's just random people at the mall, then I would probably not be... I would probably be like, hey, we gotta talk.
It's the Glendale Galleria.
Oh... I don't like the Glendale Galleria as much as the Americana, but shooting innocent people is really bad. So I gotta say, I'm probably gonna.
What if it's the Grove?
It's harder to call those people innocent off the top of my head. They're complicit in something if they're in the Grove. You know what I mean? But I still gotta say it's probably bad.
Okay.
And I'm probably not gonna be into it. But the reason I bring up that question is because is that question any more insane than the actual questions that are asked? And these are two actual questions that were asked at the NFL Combine, which are how many ways can you use a brick? 100 bricks in an hour.
I don't know. That seems fun. Let's try to see if you're creative.
Okay, how about this one?
You could throw 100 bricks. You could throw a brick in the office of every senator in America.
I mean, that's probably a good answer.
Yeah.
One that maybe Josh Rosen would have said. The other question, this is a real question that's asked at the Combine. You are on a bus going 100 miles an hour in Alaska. Where are you sitting on the bus?
Okay, I'm not quite sure why they asked that one, I don't think.
I mean, the correct answer for me is in the driver's seat, baby. Vroom, vroom. But the reason I bring it up...
Is that what they want them to say? Are they like trying to gauge the risk?
Are they trying to gauge what a leader they are?
Yeah. I would sit in the back, personally, with the other dirtbags.
Yeah, back of the bus, dude. That's where you get to fucking talk about shit, man.
Yeah.
You get to be like...
Where you get to be like, Sam Darnold's dick looks weird, right?
Oh, man, I heard he kissed.
Anyway, 1 point. Julian.
Wow!
Julian, what's your answer?
What was I
the question was, you think Kobe's good at this?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here, yes. So the first things first is, like Josh said, probably shouldn't be doing that for, due to him being a rapist and all, allegedly.
Well, he was found civilly liable, so.
Right. Yeah. No, I did that. I put the allegedly in for you. I don't know. I want to get you in trouble. I don't know if people.
Yeah, I would probably not say allegedly because he was found civilly liable. Anyway.
Okay.
Continue.
Cool. All right. Yeah. All right. So no. I think that I'm gonna be. I believe if you know me, you know that I believe that Mamba mentality is like the greatest scam ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that Kobe is like that all the time. I believe that he probably posts that shit, right, and like plays it up, and everything he posts about the girls like he's training little sociopaths. But I'll bet you he's probably like fine as a coach. Like I don't think he yells at them. I would imagine that given that, not only these kids but the parents proceed through life acting like Kobe's not a rapist, so I'll bet they enjoy. Like, I'll bet it's cool to them because they don't really know all about that shit, and that I highly doubt that he yells at them or is even remotely like. I think he's probably demanding, but he's like nice, but he says it in his weird fucking like watching film in the dark voice on that shitty show.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I get the impression that they probably it's probably a cool deal for a little kid to be coached by a legendary basketball player, if you don't know his personal life. And all
They
that
did
shit.
come in fourth.
They did come in fourth, but he had to. What if he tanked that game so that he would have
for the content
them for 2 years? No, not the content. Just to be as a to be able to enact his will and show them his way for the next 2 years.
All right, Julian, I'm going to give you 2 points because I think calling Kobe a con artist gets a little closer to the truth here.
Yeah, like he's not acting like that.
This is what I think. This is what I think, though. I think the thing in that fucking Instagram post where he writes, "I can't believe this girl went to her fucking dance recital. You can see where her head is at." I think maybe that little part of it might give away that maybe he's a little mean.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the most sincere part of the whole thing.
Because there's another picture where they're all smiling, and like they did the frowning picture as like a joke, I guess, like fourth place. But yeah, 2 things. 1, fourth place. Come on, I thought you knew about basketball, dude. 2,
smoked.
Roasting this girl for the dance recital. It's like that's completely fucking uncalled for.
Yeah.
And 3, that guy stinks. He's mean. I think he's mean. That's what I think.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But he's also a
think,
grifter. And I think that doesn't. I think that in sports that doesn't actually work. You're supposed to come on, Josh. Read a goddamn book. Don't ascribe to all these narratives that ESPN gives you about what a good coach is supposed to be.
Look, all I'm saying is it's one proven way to make it in this
if they're
crazy mixed up
if
world.
they're your child and you're doing it in like a pathological way, but if you're a coach, it doesn't work.
Hey man, I'm just trying to be an interesting podcast guest and try to say some shit that I don't believe in order for people that are listening to this to not have to hear a bunch of people go, Kobe Bryant is a bad coach for obvious reasons and also not obvious reasons.
All right, I guess that's fair. I'm still only giving you 1 point.
That's fine. No, that's part of the bit.
I'm sorry, do you think that the show is a bit? You think this is one of your comedy jokes?
I think that when Stephen A. Smith goes on the screen, he knows that he's going to get some shit in those commies.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Those commies are going to be neggy. Like there's going to be negative comments.
I want to throw out a T-shirt idea.
Yeah,
it's like a Che shirt, but it's Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen Che Smith?
Yeah, Stephen Che Smith, if you will. And he's got like a little beret with a red star on it, and it's his default face where he's like frowning.
Yeah, and it just says underneath it like freedom, liberty, and what have you.
Yeah, crab rangoon, things of that nature. Ha ha ha.
Right.
Yeah. Look, David's a personal friend. I don't mean to.
Shouts to Roth.
Yeah, rest in peace, that old son of a bitch. All right, question 5. Let's say you work for Jerry Falwell Jr. down at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia. You're Hugh Freeze or somebody. I don't know, whoever. And you're talking to him, and he begins to talk about how he fucks his wife with his giant hog, and that sometimes his big dick is too big for her tight pussy. And she can't handle the full force of his powerful schlong. Assuming that you are an employee at Liberty University, how would you react to this? Julian?
Wait, I'm sorry. Say that again. You cut out.
Oh,
I missed like the majority of the question.
Oh, you did? Okay. Let's say you work for Jerry Fallwell at Liberty University in Lynchburg, like you're Hugh Freeze or somebody, and he comes up to you and talks about how he fucks his wife with his big hog, and sometimes she can't handle how big it is. How would you react to this? Presuming you worked at Liberty University. Julien, how would you react to your boss, Jerry Falwell Jr., talking about fucking his wife with his giant hog?
Well, I think one, I would nod, but I wouldn't believe anything he was saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Because I think he was, he's obviously a cuck.
That's
based
true.
on that whole whole shit.
That
he's
is
got
true.
going
That
on
is true.
With,
Yeah.
was it the Pool Boys?
Mm-hmm. Pool boys. Yeah. There's some other fellas too who he's got a gym trainer.
I would tell him, come on, man, level with me. Like, tell me what I know you. Look, I know you mix it up, but it's all right. Just tell me what it is. Like, tell me the real stuff. That's way more interesting than just two people fucking. I can get that anywhere. Just come on, man. It's between me and you. You don't have to. I won't tell anybody.
Look,
I
it's cool.
know the jig. I know you got to keep this up. It's cool. I'm cool with that shit. And then if he didn't like that, I would probably fake a staph infection the way Hugh Freeze has, so they couldn't fire me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I got sick at Jerry Falwell. I got an infection in Jerry Falwell's filthy office. You should take a blacklight to that place.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Jerry, he's kind of weird, and I think I got sick because that office is gross, and I got this staph infection, and so I'm gonna still come to work like Hugh, in my hospital bed.
Mm-hmm.
You could put that by my office, and I will still work just as hard, but you can't fire me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know about why I got a staph infection in your dirty ass office.
Mm-hmm. Julien, that's a 4-point take.
Thank you.
The perfect way to deal with that is to just be like, look, dude, we all know that you like to watch.
Okay, dude. I'm working here at Liberty right now.
Yeah.
Like, just come on.
Yeah.
I know this is all bullshit.
Look,
I'm here for the money.
We're all fucking hypocrites here, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
I honestly think that would work for you too. Like you would be like, because Jerry would be like, "Oh, this is
people who will listen to him."
Like, yeah, like Jerry would be like, "Oh, this guy's a dirtbag I can get along with," and the next thing you know, you are owning a company that he contracts some crazy contract out to.
Yeah, I'm the man now.
Fuck, 5 points. You know what, Julien? That's 5 points because that's the perfect way to deal with that.
You got to befriend Jerry and then use the knife.
Yeah. All right, Andro, what would you do?
Fuck. Because that's a great answer.
Yeah.
I feel like what I would do in this situation is... So, okay. If I'm working at Liberty University, again, like was brought up, I'm a hypocrite, right?
Yeah. Because you are a leftist Jew.
Right. Yeah. So that's probably a whoopsie on my part.
Mm-hmm. You got LinkedIn recruited, and you were like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, I'll do it."
Yeah, right. Or like, "Oh man, I really got to pay for this stuff that I want. All these jet skis that I keep crashing.
Mm-hmm.
My jet ski addiction.
Not for any particular reason."
Yeah, no. And not for any particular reason that I would say.
Yeah. Look, you've never crashed a fucking jet ski?
My employee.
Like,
yeah, come on, guys.
Come on.
Like, let's be real, all right?
We're all fucking adults here, dude.
We're all fucking adults here. We've all crashed a couple jet skis. We all have mysterious bruises and cuts on our bodies and we promise they're not from jet ski crashes.
Yeah, come on.
It's just normal. So anyway, moving on. I would probably, you know what, dude? Honestly, I would, because again, I'm like a bad person for being there. Mm-hmm. I would record it. I feel like I would record it. I would just Greg the shit out of the blackmail situation, where I would be like, "Hey, do you mind if I tell you about this recording that I have of you talking to me about this? And could we just make sure that everything that I do now is exactly only what I want to do? Like, I'm coming in at fucking 11:45 if I come in at all. And basically I'm vaping at my desk. Like, I'm 100% protected, and I didn't really have to do anything at all other than like whip out my phone and push like one button, because obviously he's doing it a bunch.
Sounds like he's doing it a bunch.
Right? So, like, I'm just going to then use that, because the whole point of this is to be as comfortable as possible. So I want Fallwell in charge. I want Jer Bear to take the heat. And because someone else is going to do something eventually, like, Jer Bear's fucking, like, way too reckless. So what I'm doing is I'm getting fat on the hog, no pun intended.
Jesus.
There really wasn't. I promise you that there wasn't.
Yeah, I know.
I'm better than that. And sometimes. But I'm getting mine. And I'm putting a hammock in the office, literally.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 3 points for that.
Thank you.
I really think that Julian's approach is gonna work better, though. I think
because mine has an expiration date.
Yeah, I think that you are running into, like, you are only gonna get so fucking far on this. You know what I mean, Josh? Because with Julian, it's like, you know, this is my guy. This is my guy who I can talk to about how much I enjoy watching people rail my wife. With you, it's like, oh, there's that fucking tumor Androsky. We gotta, in his goddamn hammock again. You know?
That's my hammock.
What?
Nice hammock. I like my hammock.
Yeah. No, yeah, but Jerry's not, like, you're not gonna get any closer. You're just gonna ride on one level for a while, and then eventually you're gonna get a job at I don't know. I can't think of any other Christian evangelical institutions. TBN, the Trinity Broadcast Network.
Yeah, dude, 700 Club, man.
Yeah, the 6900 Club. Am I right, fellas?
Hey, whoa.
Wow, Julian, you don't like 69ing? Wow.
Oh no, I do. It's good. I just didn't have a sound for it.
Okay, all right. Okay. That's fair.
He didn't have to fucking virtue signal.
Yeah,
He like
that's
69.
fair.
He knows
That's fair.
he's comfortable with it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That SNL guy.
My work speaks for itself.
That SNL guy. Have you seen this clip of him being like, "I hate performing oral sex on women"? That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. I made that up. But that sounded true, right?
It's probably true.
Yeah.
Also, I am currently being like called a cuck by the worst people online right now because I have the temerity to say that, like, hey, actually these guys that get canceled aren't like canceled. They just lose like one gig that maybe they didn't deserve in the first place. And then they're fine because I'm one of them. And everybody's like, oh, you have Stockholm Syndrome, you cuck. Which is definitely healthy and not at all exhibiting the exact same things that they're railing against.
What a wonderful and spirited takes throwdown, but it's time to leave the dominion of opinion and enter the glorious palace of concrete fact. I have with me right here a question card from the 1983 Sports Trivia edition of Trivial Pursuit. I will ask you a question, then you will guess the answer, the 1983 answer. If the question is right, it's worth 1 point. Then you will both get a chance to offer a take on the topic. A good take will be worth 1 point. A scorcher will be worth 3. Also, you buzz in by saying your name. Let's practice buzzing in real quick.
Julian.
Good job. Good take will be worth 1 point. A scorcher will be worth 3. Do we all understand? Of course we do. You guys ready?
Yep.
Question 1. What one-time Boston Red Sox slugger answered to Boomer? Josh.
Sharon Valeri, Cylon.
I'm sorry, it's not Sharon Valeri Cylon. Julian, do you have a
I
guess?
don't watch Battlestar Galactica.
I have no guess.
The answer is George Scott, who neither of you have heard of, I'll bet. I looked up George Scott. He wore a batting helmet in the field, and he once told reporters that his necklace was made out of the teeth of second baseman.
Yo, my God, he's fucking Brando in Apocalypse Now, dude. Wearing his fucking helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
John Olerud used to do that.
Do either of you have a take on George Scott? Androsky, do you want that to be your tag?
No, my take... I mean, yes, but also no. I want my take to be that if he does have a teeth necklace, then, like, there's so much more to him, which goes to show you that, like, the specialization of athletics has led to, yes, undeniably a more entertaining game on the field, but a much less entertaining game off the field, because we don't have working class schlubs with teeth necklaces playing our sports anymore. So what is the trade-off worth it? I say no.
2 points could take. Yeah, every guy down at the factory, they love their teeth necklaces, you know. Julien, do you have a take on George Scott?
My only take is that I was just happy to hear after you mentioned that he has a tooth necklace, that it was second baseman and not like, you know, we're talking about an old-timey white baseball player. I'm just happy.
No,
a minority group.
A gentleman of color, actually.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, now I'm kind of disappointed that it... now I'm lost. I'm indifferent.
Yeah, 1960s.
I was just happy where it didn't say like, oh, it's, you know, like I don't know, maybe it'd been a nom or something. He's going to say something crazy about where he got the teeth from. So I was just happy it wasn't.
I think that what he was implying,
he just
was that he hit line drives into the faces of second basemen.
Yeah.
And then by the honor code of baseball, you are, of course, awarded those teeth. There's no disagreement here, gentlemen.
It would be funny. It would be fucked up if it was like kind of still along the train of thought I was on, was like second baseman, specifically the black one on the Brooklyn Dodgers. It's just one second baseman.
Truly perverse. 1 point. Jesus. Question 2. What former Los Angeles Rams defensive star played in the Pro Bowl in 14 of his 15 NBA seasons?
Josh. Richard Dent?
I'm sorry, it's not Richard Dent. Julien, do you have a guess?
Merlin Olsen?
Julien, it was Merlin Olsen.
Damn.
He was a tackle. Olsen went on to star in Little House on the Prairie and his own series, Father Murphy, a synopsis of which I will now read. The series stars former NFL Los Angeles Rams defensive tackle, football player, and Little House on the Prairie actor Merlin Olsen as an 1870s frontiersman named John Michael Murphy, who teams up with prospector Moses Gage, played by Moses Gunn, to shelter a group of orphans who are being threatened with internment in a workhouse. Murphy disguises himself as a priest and befriends a school marm to help the children find a home. At the end of the first season, John's true identity is revealed to the head of the workhouse, and the orphans seem destined for a life of labor. Instead, Murphy marries the school marm, and they get custody of the children. Now, Julien, what is your take on Merlin Olsen?
Good name. I don't really. I just knew that bit of trivia, like that. I don't really have. I don't know. Seems chill enough. I don't know. I don't really have a. Seems chill
enough. Julien, I'm gonna go ahead. Wait, what more? Wait.
Is he like? I don't know. He's probably like Gronk of his day or something. Like when he did Entertainment After.
He did do Entertainment After. Is Gronk gonna be in movies? Is this?
He's got to, right? He's got to be in like Fast and Furious.
Yeah. I mean, Fast and Furious is sort of the obvious.
Like wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it kind of seems like he quit the NFL to not have brain disease, so wrestling is probably not a good.
Gronk actually, well, speaking of brain disease, this morning Gronk tweeted that he fixed his CTE.
Mm-hmm. He did tweet that.
That he healed his brain.
Yeah, he did say that. And Chris Nowinski, the CTE activist, was like, dude, you didn't do that.
Oh, no.
So.
That's kind of the biggest proof that you haven't. Is to say that you did.
No, I fixed it. It was good.
He picks it with CBD, dude. It's all good.
It turns out if you get just the right amount of concussions, they all balance on top of each other.
Yeah,
perfectly.
Yeah. You get a second brain made out of tau protein.
Yeah. It's like Flowers for Algernon. Now Gronk's going to go on fucking Jeopardy and beat Deep Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Cauliflower brain. Just kind of sprouts off.
Androsky, what is your Merlin Olsen take?
My take on Merlin Olsen is specifically about his name, which is that names fucking suck now. It used to be if you wanted a cooler, interesting name, you went back through history and picked the name of the most famous wizard and slap that on your dumb.
But now we have a new most famous wizard, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Jordan
most
Peterson?
famous. Yes. Jordan Peterson.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Jordan
so now you
Peterson.
would name your kid Jordan Peterson Olsen.
The beef wizard.
The beef wizard. No, but like you would go back in time, or you would not go back in time. You would go back in time through reading history books, and choose the name of a famous wizard from 1,000 years ago, instead of just adding a bunch of different vowels and Y's to already existing names. Like now his name would be like Braylon Olsen, and that sucks so much. So if what I'm saying is, if you're listening to this and you are in a position to name a child soon, and you want an interesting, cool name, there are a bunch of them that have already been made from history. Choose one of those. Don't just add a bunch of fucking vowels like olives onto a perfectly good pizza.
Pretty good take. Wow. Why the fuck did you go after olives?
That's just a personal thing.
What's your fucking problem?
I just don't. I think that's me. And honestly, after I said
Buddy,
it,
you were gonna get 2 points for that take.
I know that was just for me.
But you just lost a fucking point. We don't.
I did.
I went to dinner with Hyken a week ago or so.
Oh, hey! If you're reading this, he wrote the best interview with Dennis Rodman.
He did. Check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah, with Sean Hyken the other day, and I got some olives, and these olives were so fucking good. They had like little fruity undertones, and I was like, Hyken, you got to try the olives. And he was like, nah.
Okay,
ridiculous.
but that's not what I'm...
Is Hyken a picky eater?
I'm not here to. I feel like I don't need to. I don't need to sit here and out Hyken as a picky eater.
I'll ask him.
Look, here's my thing. I'm not talking about clamato or brine, marinated, delicious olives. I'm talking about on a perfectly good veggie pizza, somebody opens up a can of the fucking just black, salty olives and dumps it on that shit.
Still sounds pretty fucking good, dude.
Nah, dude. All you need is like mushroom and rosemary on that fucking shit. Maybe
mushroom and rosemary?
Yeah, dude. Roasted mushrooms.
Town pizza, dude.
Town pizza, baby.
Unfucking believable. All right, you get 1 point for slandering olives.
Not all olives.
Also, his name is spelled Merlyne.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I did almost Google it though.
All right, question.
Is Gardner Minshew on par with Merlin Olsen as far as name?
Yes, because Gardner's actually a thing.
Gardner Minshew the third.
Yeah, even though he's not the third.
Oh, okay.
He's not the third?
He's not the third. I saw that.
But why does he have? Doesn't he have a 3 on his jersey? Or I'm
No. I believe that was a choice.
That's fucking crazy.
But why? Is he just? I mean, is it like a spiritualism
there were 2
thing?
more Gardner Minshews.
Don't we all? Is it like a spiritualism thing? Is it like a 3 is the ultimate power number? 3 is the number of God thing?
I'm looking this up really quickly.
Okay.
There was a thing on Deadspin.
Mm-hmm.
I know there, and also it's Gardner Minshew the second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So hold on.
So, Julien, man, what's going on with you?
Nothing much.
Cool.
I apologize.
Excited about hearing.
Cool.
Getting clarity on Gardner Minshew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No problem.
Okay, so this is from Samer Khalaf. I don't know how to pronounce his name because I've only read it. I've never heard it said.
Samer, if I recall.
Samer. Where did the 2 come from? Unclear on that part because it wasn't his father's name, and that's not his grandfather's name either. His grandfather wanted to name him Beowulf.
Shit.
Which is exactly what I'm fucking talking about. Beowulf Minshew is such a cooler name than Garfield.
How do you feel about like Ulysses?
Yeah, that's fine.
What about or Odysseus?
Look, if you want to go weird, I like Odysseus way more than fucking Braylon, but I still don't like it. But it's better than, like, you're grading on a curve of fucking, like, you know,
Brandolin. What if it was like Baracchio, the guy who wrote the Decameron? I don't know how to say his name.
Again, all of these are better than fucking, Jared with 3 Ds.
Question 3. What team did Bobby Hole play his last NHL game for? Josh.
Was it the Mighty Ducks?
No.
Quack, 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 quack.
Julien, do you have a guess?
Quack, 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 quack.
Fucking Phoenix Coyotes.
It is not the Phoenix Coyotes. I appreciate.
Oh, you said Bobby Hull, not Brett Hull.
Yeah, Bobby Hull.
Yeah, that's like.
Who's Brett Hull?
It's an old ass guy, right?
Yeah. His last team was the Hartford Whalers.
Okay.
He was blonde and fast, so they called him the Golden Jet. There's your Bobby Hull
that
information.
sounds like a piss reference.
It does sound a little like a piss reference. That's
I
true.
was going Aryan. I was going Nazi. That sounds to me like a Nazi.
You know what?
Thing.
I was also going Nazi, frankly. And he mostly played for the Blackhawks. Julien, what is your take on Bobby Hull, the Golden Jet?
I mean, now I think he is a Nazi who's into water sports. Mm-hmm. Who's into pissing on people.
Agreed. Actually, I cede my take.
Yeah, 3 points for Julien. Josh, no take?
No take.
Yeah, what else are you going to say? He sounds like a Nazi who's into water sports. Question 4. What all-time great hung up his hoop gear? Ugh. Come on, 1980 True Trivial Pursuit card. Hung up his hoop gear. You guys don't have fucking copy editors? Unbelievable. After the Boston Celtics posted a 32-50 one-loss record in 1977-78. Which all-time great. Hung up his hoop gear. After the Boston Julien.
Bill Russell?
No, it was not. No, Bill Russell didn't retire in 1978. Josh, do you have a guess?
Yeah, it's way off.
Timothy Comcast.
So, Josh, you think that the person who this question is asking for, you think his name is Timothy Comcast?
Yeah. You know, like his grandpa invented the company, and he was a basketball player. They retired in 1978.
Mm-hmm. Okay. First off, I don't think cable existed yet.
No. It's cable now.
Oh, what was it at the time?
Shoe factory.
It was a shoe factory. So they ran a shoe factory and then they diversified into cable.
They're a forward-thinking family.
Okay.
They diversified into NBA also.
Well, with their son. Son.
Yeah.
What was his first name again?
Timothy
Comcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Josh, it wasn't Timothy Comcast. I just want you to know that.
Who was it?
It was John Havlicek.
Motherfucker.
I always get those two confused.
Yeah, Hondo couldn't do it without Russell. What's Julien, you got any Hondo takes?
No, just that I confuse all those motherfuckers, dude. All those old, like, not Bill Russell Celtics guys. I mean, I guess I confused Bill Russell. I just guessed that he retired in 1978. But,
yeah. Like, almost a decade after he retired.
Yeah, I was off by 10 years, whatever.
I forget.
No, I don't really. I don't know. Fuck the Celtics. That's generally my take on.
Pretty
the
good
Celtics.
take. No points, but pretty good take. Josh, do you have a Hondo Havlicek take?
No.
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, I hope
Oh,
that...
you know what? Sorry. Hey, sorry. Hondo was the subject of one of my favorite Lakers Paladin tweets.
Oh, what was it?
When Hondo died, he had a typo and said, he wrote R.I.P. Rondo, and then like threaded a bunch of apologies afterwards. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry," or something like that.
You know, once again, no points. That feels like the Paladin's take, but all right, no points on that one. Question 5: Who collected his 3,000th and last and final career base hit on September 30th, 1972? Who collected his 3,000th and last career base hit on September 30th, 1972?
Josh. Joey Verizon.
Okay, Josh.
What's up, Pete?
So Joey Verizon.
Yeah. That's my answer.
Mm-hmm. So who's Joey Verizon?
He hit 3,000 bases.
Okay, all right. That's incorrect. Julian, do you have a guess?
No.
Okay, it was Roberto Clemente. Almost immediately after that, in December of that year, he died in a plane crash while he was heading to Nicaragua to give aid to earthquake victims because he was a good person. So either you guys have any Roberto Clemente takes? What the hell was that? Hey, I'm hearing myself in the monitor.
Yeah, I did for a second too, but now I don't.
Anyway, you got any Roberto Clemente takes?
Yeah, he just haunted the fucking broadcast, so I'm not going to talk shit about him.
Yeah, fair enough. Julian, you got anything?
No, I'm having some technical difficulties, but I'm good.
Okay, cool. Great. I have a Roberto Clemente take. Seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah. Like, have you ever heard anybody be like, man, fuck Roberto Clemente?
Probably some Reds fans.
Yeah, but even then, they didn't really mean it. Well, I don't know.
I mean, when he was alive, probably.
Yeah.
Not after the fact, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when we had civility in this country.
God damn it. This used to be a country that respected Roberto Clemente. I could really imagine.
But he was good.
I could really imagine Donald Trump being like, Roberto Clemente, he was such a problem for the Pirates. Showboater. And then all the MAGA people are like, yeah, fuck Roberto Clemente. Animals. Bunch of fucking animals. Last question. How many strokes was Arnold Palmer back going into the last round of the 1960 U.S. Open?
Josh. 69.
It was not 69, but I get it. You had to say it.
Come on.
Julian, you got any guesses? Oh, man, I think we lost Julian. Julian, you will forfeit your answer if you do not answer.
I'm back.
Oh, shit. Julian, do you have a guess?
I missed the question, though.
How many strokes was Arnold Palmer behind going into the last round of the 1960 U.S. Open?
It's not 69.
It's not 69.
I'm going to say, how many ounces are in a can of Arizona iced tea? 20, what is that, that's a 22-ounce can?
I think that's a 22 ouncer, dude.
Yeah.
22 strokes.
Sorry, it was 7.
Oh, fuck.
Significantly lower than... he won, of course, because in his last round he eagled a bunch. To commemorate his victory, they named...
Did he golden eagle?
What's that? Is that when you eagle on a hole and then do water sports?
Yeah, but on a Nazi.
Oh, okay.
There's a tiny little Nazi in the hole,
mm-hmm.
and then when you get the ball in, you're like, oh yeah, you like that? It's white, and then you pee on it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be very quiet though, because it's golf.
Yeah,
proper.
Show a little fucking respect for the course.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. You hold your pinky up.
Yeah. Sorry, it was not 22. It was 7. He won, and then they named an iced tea and lemonade after him. All right, we're done. Julian, you win.
Yes.
Congratulations.
It feels good.
I love Arnold Palmer's, dude.
I can go back to work with my head up high.
I also love Arnold Palmer. I don't get to drink him because I'm so sensitive to caffeine, but I like him with herbal tea too.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Well,
Arnold Palmer is a great treat.
yeah. You know what? Arnold Palmer, good drink, buddy. All right, thanks. We're done.
Bye.
You guys got anything to promote? Julien, Julien, I can never remember your Twitter handle off the top of my head.
At Juice Manji.
At Juice Manji. Follow him. He's wonderful. He's a friend of the program, friend of Ramble Rocks as well. And
yeah.
Josh, you're doing that campaign you promoted. You got anything else?
Yeah, keep an eye out. Follow me on Twitter. In October, we're going to be doing some really cool shit. We're going to be doing some comedy shows and concerts to promote the campaign and talk about ending homelessness and shit.
I heard rumors that Green Day is going to be at these concerts.
Green Day is not going to be at these concerts.
Green Day. No, there's a lot of... Look, I know that you have to say that, but there's been a lot of talk that the American idiots themselves will be gracing the stage to support your candidate.
All right, I will name the people that are now because I feel threatened. I will name the people who are involved in planning these. The music show is being
Billy Joe Armstrong
by Billy Joel.
Mike Drent.
Nick Thorburn from Islands and the Unicorns.
Unicorns, yes.
He is going to be putting together, helping put together that, and then Adam Conover from Adam Ruins Everything is going to be helping put on the other show, and I think we might just have some folks like Rhea Butcher and Joel Kim Booster on that lineup.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Very cool.
And Green Day. Green
Day, the American idiots themselves, baby. Those Nimrods.
Those the Dookies.
The basket cases, baby. Do you have the time to make LA a better place?
Follow this podcast on Twitter at TOBpod. If you really want to give to a Patreon, give it a Roundball Rock instead. If you want to advertise on this show, hit me up over on Twitter. I got a little space, or you can send a personal message to somebody. We'll work something out. And follow me at Corbin A. Smith. And I think that's all. And thank you, Josh. Thank you, Julien.
Thank you, baby.
Julien, I think we lost altogether. And thank you for listening, and everybody have a wonderful day.